I picked out a pretty good rack of ribs. I have washed them, took the membrane off the back. I'm just doing a light trim here on some of the fats. You can leave it on if you want. I don't really think it's going to bother it any. And there it is. I mean, it's cleaned up real nice. Okay, so now I'm going to season it and put some sauce on it and get it in the crock pot. Alrighty, I have got my season. You can use, I dampened it, I kind of dried it off a little bit, but I'm going to do the bottom, or I've already did. I won't show you all of it, but I'm going to take and sprinkle on kind of generously the ribs. Put the seasoning on, pat it on in there. Then, okay, now I will take not a whole bunch of sauce and just kind of sprinkle it on, spread it around, and then I will take and get it ready for the crock pot. Okay, and just hopefully it sticks. I'm kind of making a mess, but spread it around. Now, when this is all on here, all I'm going to do is take and put it standing up, not laying down. I don't want it laying in the juice because it'll be so fall apart that, I don't like it that way. But anyway, I will show you. It's going to be 4 hours and 15 minutes in the crock pot. Now the crock pot is all set to go. I pick up my ribs just like that, and I take and put it on the meat side in just like that. The only problem that I may have is if it's too tall, but see how they're in the center. I put my lid on, good enough. It fit just right. You don't want to get your ribs real long. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to take and lay them down on the inside. Not that big a deal, but these are about 6-7 inches or something. So now I am going to take and turn this on for 4 hours and 15 minutes exactly, and they will be perfect. Okay, I've got these all cut up. All right, now I am going to take, my speaker wasn't on. It was 4 large white potatoes. All right, I'm going to take this and lightly sprinkle it across. You can, I use a seasoning mix. I've got it in my descriptions. It's just use what you want, salt, pepper, whatever. Now I will take butter, whoop, probably about a half a cube, something like that. Just make small slivers. I'm going to set that down and just start putting it. Don't don't lump it in one spot, so this way it melts and kind of goes over. For 4 potatoes, I mean, you can't go wrong with butter, but about a half a stick ought to do it. Okay, I'm going to continue. Now that I've got it all in there and all set to go, just take some foil and wrap it up and come all the way almost across and crimp it on in there. But you don't want any escape. You want that steam to stay in there. Cook your potatoes. My ribs are almost ready, just like that. Rip it. It's a hard job, man. Okay, flip it around. Come over about like that. Crimp it down under. Get it all done. Crimp it in really super tight, really super well. Nothing escapes. All that steam, and put it in the oven for at 350 for at least an hour. You can open it up, and in 1 hour it should be absolutely perfect. Okay, 4 hours and 15 minutes. other than your house smelling absolutely out of sight. The ribs are done perfectly. I will take them out. I will put them on the board, let them rest. I will go out, start my charcoal. I will turn my oven on to 350 degrees for about an hour. Quite a few potatoes, hour 10, I'll give it. Make sure that they're all done. So as I just took them out, and they're too hot to handle anyway. But I'm going to take and sprinkle some brown sugar on it. I always do. It's kind of nice, and it'll kind of melt down right into the ribs. Let it completely cool, and then when my coals are ready, let it sit for 15, half hour, doesn't even matter. And then I'm going to go caramelize them, get them all set, and I'm going to put them potatoes into the oven. Now that I got my coals over here, I'm going to indirect heat. I'm just going to sauce them really super well and let it caramelize. Get everything completely covered, okay? And you know, depending on how hot you've got your grill, is depending on how long it takes to glaze. It usually doesn't take more than 30 minutes, maybe something like that. I'm going to spread that all over the place and get it good and coated. Then I will let it completely rest inside. As my potatoes are cooking, these will finish up and it'll be looking good. Okay? There is the potatoes, all buttery, ready to go. Ribs are ready to go. You saw those. I'll close this back up because I'm taking it to a friend's house. We're going to just sit back, watch a football game, put this in the oven just to warm it up a hair because he's about a half hour away, just in case and we're ready to eat and enjoy the game. Ribs are all cut up and I put them in just to warm up a hair. Potatoes are done just perfectly. So open it up, eat, enjoy.